37% for three. He has to be great tonight if they've got a chance.
20th meeting between BYU and Fresno State, and the Cougars control the tip. Dallin Hall, Kaba Keita, Kenan Catchings, Trevin Nell, and Richie Saunders, the starting five for BYU. And here's Keita down low, up for his first two.
The ball's going to be in his hand the majority of the time when he's in the game running this offense. I think it's good for Dallin Hall, who missed a lot of fall camp and missed the first part of the season. From the weak side, kicked it out there for the open shot.
Now shooting 41% on the season for three. And there's Collins, who's at 36%.
Fresno to glory days, this Fresno State team.
Crawford, look out! That is the Crawford miss, and then the dunk by Catchings. And it's 7-5. Crawford's like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, and that
Catchings with a
Catchings just he makes that look so easy. But if you don't stop the ball, he'll take it to the front of the rim. And they've been encouraging him, if they push you off the three-point line or when you have an opening, go attack the rim.
There's Robinson hitting a three, and the Bulldogs are up by one.
Take a look at that. So coming up the floor, and it was like the defense just parted. They all went into the...
Saunders, catch and shoot, drops in a three. Richie shooting 40% from the arc.
And that play designed for him to catch and shoot right there. And he's so good at elevating over defender. That was a contested three.
Weaver just about loses it, kind of does lose it. But there's the follow off the miss. Him sitting there with his dad, Ace. And all in at BYU. Trevin Nell got a beautiful pass from Fusini Traore. Nell's got 5 points as Traore settles into the game for the first time. Collins calling for it. He'll put one up. And Nell hands it over to Saunders. And Richie off the glass with his left hand. Robinson. Here's the score. Aguilar with the left hand gets it right up and in. Scored 30 points in his first game. Fresno State against Sacramento State. He's averaging just over 14. But still trying to settle into shot selection. Good ball movement. Here's Baker into the lane.
Well, and we've seen Baker, like not only can he spot up and shoot threes on the outside, he's got great touch with those little floaters in the key. And they pushed out on him on the three-point line, and he took it into the key and made a little floater.
Aguilar, another shot up, and he drops down the three.
We asked Vance Wahlberg.
We'll see Elijah Crawford check in a moment. Aguilar again. There's another one.
Yeah, and when he gets hot, I mean, he can really, really light it up.
Here's Aguilar. Will he do it again? He's thinking about it. There's another one. This time he misses.
Yeah, that was more of a heat check than the others because he was actually defended really well that time. This is a guy that was last year's Division I National Junior College Player of the Year.
Gets it back from Nell, and this is where Foose is so effective. Up and in. He's his first two tonight.
He's so patient. Active hands for Fresno State here early in the game.
Nell left open just long enough to pop a three. And Trevin's got 8.
We've had practices where our top 7 guys haven't been able to practice. That's hard to have practice for your top 7 guys that practice.
How about Catchings putting on a show? Watch how he maneuvers his way to the basket.
And I think Kevin Young would love to see more of this out of Catchings.
Traore looks inside. Now nobody comes to help, so first pops a three-point shot. Robinson driving on Crawford. Kick to the corner. And the three is true by Tremble. His first three of the year. 30-23. Mass substitutions are waiting for BYU. Shot clock under 10. Crawford left alone. And he finishes at the rim. His first two. Columbus West High School. Catchings on the miss. Wahlberg is all Fresno all the time. Here's Collins into the lane. Up and in. They'll call it goaltend, but Weaver got the bucket to go anyway. Get his groove back. Junior out of Plain City, Utah. Catchings. The Bansa announcement, he goes, it's amazing. He goes, well, my friend's been texting her. He's saying, you got to come back next year to play with him. He goes, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
Weaver driving on Sanders, and he knocks down the one-hander. That's a fourth point for Weaver.
He struggled with an ankle injury. He hurt it 6 games ago, and it's still not 100%. And they need him to be 100% healthy.
Look at Baker use his body, work his way in. Kate on the rebound. Catchings into the corner. Saunders for 3. Got it. What a sequence. Catchings for 3. Tapped out to Nell for 2. Nell again for another 2. Got it. And that's how the half is going to come to an end. Trevin Nell with 10 points to lead BYU. They'll be back in the state of Utah January 4th in Logan to take on Utah State. That's another difficult venue they'll roll into as Jalen Weaver starts the second half. He gets his 7th point.
Great assist by Collins. Got the ball deep in the paint and scanned his eyes out to the perimeter and was able to find him wide open for that 3. Good start.
Catchings back behind the three-point line and drops it in. 10 points for Kenan Catchings. And the 3 goes down for Michael Robinson.
We're going to start with that same pace we started this game with. The beginning of this game just felt like it was up and down the floor, and neither team could stop the other.
8 points for Robinson. Nell for 3, good.
Yeah, here we go. So he came down, tried to establish himself, and then took a step, got called with the travel. So the first blink isn't a missed shot.
Look out. Oh,
yes,
that's a touch.
No missed shots, just a travel.
Nice touch by Keita. The crowd was ready for something violent. He just laid it in. 4 points for Keita. Here's a 3 from the top of the key, and it goes down.
Nobody's going to miss this.
Streak continues as Price now with 5 points. Hall on the drive, leaves it for Keita.
Now there was what the violence that you were talking about going to the rim with. Nobody came to get the ball from Keita. He wanted somebody to come get the ball from him, and they didn't.
Into the basket. We saw Foose hit a 3 earlier. Here's Catchings for 2. Keita with a rebound and the putback. It's so different and yet dynamic.
He talked about the fact that, and you asked him outright, he said, would you ever put both of them on the floor at the same time? And he said, we don't work a lot on that because their styles are so different and they play the same position. And another 3 by Robinson.
Robinson's got the hot hand at the moment for Fresno State. But on the drive is Collins. Another rebound for Keita. And Ritchie's going all the way in. Saunders now with 10 points.
And Saunders 4 of 7 from 3 to start the second half. For
Nell.
Yeah, and there's a guy that can shoot 3s.
He's having a night.
16 points tonight for Trevin Nell, and it gives BYU a 20-point lead.
Robinson on the drive. Traore on the rebound, out with it's Nell. He'll take it in and lay it in. Weaver on the drive. Robinson slashing it,
nice
leaves it for the 7-footer. Moore Sec with 4 points.
And it was a nice read by Robinson because he drew on the drive. Traore had to come over and help, and then he knew that he could get it to his big guy. That's just a beautiful read of the defense.
Saunders fights his way in.
How does he make that?
He wanted a foul to go with it. Ritchie now at 12. That's at 9 Eastern on ESPN+. Baker into the lane, adjusts his shot.
He is so good at just going and attacking the bigs, using his body to shield the ball, and finishing from all kinds of angles down there.
Price got 2 looks at it. Traore brings it down. Here's Baker open for 3 more.
And that's the other thing that he does really well.
Out come the Bulldogs. The Cougars were too close to the rim. High off the glass, and eluding the arm of Catchings.
How about that move by Weaver?
Weaver
Wow.
got his 9th point. Now Richie for three. See, he was a little further out this time.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't my first time meeting him, but I mean, my first time being on First Take. And I mean, you just see it on TV so much, but it's just good to be like in the studio with Stephen A. and Molly.
What do you want BYU fans to know?
Devanza here on this floor all next season. Into the lane, and a nice shot by Robinson.
He's like, as I've watched his highlights and haven't been able to see him in person, but a lot of his highlights. He's a ridiculous talent. Like his skill set at his length.
Back into your position over here. Do you think you could post up on AJ?
Listen, everybody in the control room was giving me trash about needing to stand on a stool while I did that interview. I'm not that short. Even AJ was like, look, do you need me to back up so that we can even things out a little bit?
Nice. That was nice of him.
But am I wrong? Like when I stand by him or...
Down too low is Price. Denied the second time by Traore. Inch our way closer to the 8-minute mark. Now Hall for three. His second of the game. 6 points for Dallin Hall.
And Ben Swalberg just shook his head, looked at the bench, and was like, man, like it's hard to defend that. They're just knocking down shots. And I thought Robinson was just going to attempt another one right there, but he lost his dribble.
He just wants the ball back, and he's going to do it. And that one rolls in for Collins. A frustrating night offensively for Collins. He's got 8 points, but he's been a good distributor of the basketball.
And they continue to run this full court press. Easily broken that time by Richie. So we haven't seen that a lot against the press where they've gotten easy buckets on the other end.
Waiting for Hall. Dallin looking for his third three of the night. There it is. 9 points.
And 9 points to go with 4 assists. Hasn't turned the ball over a single time in this game. BYU back in that 2-3 zone.
Weaver will try a three. Bury it from the left side. Weaver with a dozen. Clock was winding down. Had to go up. Weaver left wide open from the corner.
3 for 5 now for Weaver from three-point land.
As these Bulldogs get healthy and grow in the first-year system of Wahlberg, they got some things going on. How about that? How about that going on? 3 minutes to go. Keba Keita from Catchings. And then there's been a lot of things that could be whistled for that haven't, and we play on. At the other end, and there's Aguilar with a dunk.
With the university, and I'm having a great time. That's what you want to hear, right?
We'll hope to see him on the floor as soon as possible. As Hall is in off the glass, looking like his old self. Doubtful for Saturday. Florida A&M next week. We'll see. Arizona State definitely on New Year's Eve here at the Marriott Center. That'll be on ESPN2. Saunders, hey, no one's going to get in front of him. Take it all the way in. Tipped up and in by Keita.
Really comfortable playing at pace. And they've been shooting the ball lights out tonight.
Hall again. Off the glass and in.
Same moves.
Yeah. 13 for Dallin Hall, season high.
Yeah, that was a big-time block. Came over on the help side, just rejected that.
Nell off the glass and in.
And he's having a game.
22 for Nell. 3 and 7. Mercifully, the Bulldogs get to go home and play San Diego on Saturday. BYU will be up in Salt Lake on Saturday and reunite with Wyoming.